Getting approved by brands is where most sellers get stuck. They send out 100 emails and get rejected 90 times. They get frustrated and they give up. But here's the thing, that most sellers are doing it wrong. They're overcomplicated. They're adding unnecessary steps. They're making it harder than it needs to be. Over the past few years, we've gotten approved by literally hundreds of brands. We've done over $40 million using this exact system. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 things you actually need to get approved by brands. And trust me, number 5 is arguably the most important. Let's get into it. So the first thing you need to understand, where a lot of people get wrong, is when you are reaching out to a brand, you wanna make sure you are speaking to the right person. The other day, I was talking to somebody on one of our Q&As, and he was like, dude, I'm struggling. I haven't been able to close a brand in a few months. I was like, okay, well, how many brands have you reached out to? Well, he said he reached out to 5. Let me start this. This is not one of the 5 tips, but I can't stress this enough. When you are doing cold outreach, this is a volume game. You will not be able to have real data until you reach out to at least about 100 brands, but it can be done efficiently. But here's number 1 and arguably the most important thing. When you are reaching out to brands, you don't want to be the person that is going on the contact us page and saying, okay, let me just reach out to anybody at the company. Think about it. Generally speaking, if you go to a contact us page, is that going to be the owner's contact information, the CMO, the COO, the CEO? No, that's somebody lower down, unfortunately, in the totem pole who is not a decision maker. Here's a quick tip. Use AI or a third-party service to actually get the decision-maker emails. It is so important. I can't tell you how many times people reach out to our company, but if they're not reaching out to me, there's about a 0% chance, or my partner, Trophy and Tay, there's about a 0% chance that they are gonna get in contact with us and we're gonna even see their email to give them a response. If you reach out to somebody, a company, a brand, make sure you're getting in contact with the decision-maker. Number 2, and I can't stress this enough, a lot of the time, this is what I see. People go and they reach out to brands and they either get a no or they don't get a response, and they literally throw their hands in the air and they say, man, I can't get a deal. It's not working. Let's think about this. If you look in your inbox right now, your Gmail, Yahoo, or I pray to God you're not using like Hotmail or AOL. But anyway, if you look in there right now, right? How many emails do you see that you do not open because they did not catch your eye or catch your attention? But you know what generally catches our attention? If in that same email thread, there's a second email or a third email. This is just called following up. The more you follow up with a brand, the more likely they are to respond because they think that you are serious and it doesn't just look like a spam email that you sent out to everyone. The easiest thing you can do to close more deals is just making sure that you stay on the horse, follow up with brands, and let them know that you mean business. Now, this can be super automated. One of the things we teach in our mentorship program is literally using AI to do a lot of this work. If you want to find out more about that, feel free to hit the link in the description to book a call with our team or to sign up for one of our next free live workshops where I break this down in depth. But to put it simply, make sure you are following up with these brands. Like the more you reach out to them, the more they get to understand you, the easier it is to close deals. Now, this brings me to number 3, and this is the big dog right here, right? And so many people forget about this. When we are sending out cold emails, it's literally just that, a cold email. There's no personalized touch, there's nothing to it. So in 3 and 4, what I'm gonna give you right now, this is how you personalize. First thing you wanna do, call them. Jump on the phone. Back when I was working 90 hours per week at my DOE job for the New York City Department of Education, a government job, what I would do is every Wednesday during my lunchtime, I would spend that hour eating, but also just calling brands. It was 1 hour a week. It was nothing much. But it helped me close so many more deals because I was no longer just a random email in their inbox. I was actually the person that reached out to them and wanted to get in touch with them. It separated me from the rest of the crowd. Spending a little bit of time to get in contact with brands by calling them will actually give you a ton of value. Make sure you're reaching out to these brands via phone. But I will say this, don't do it for every brand. This is the caveat here. Only do it for the brands that you actually want to do business with really, really bad. What does that mean? The brands that have more revenue, right? I wouldn't spend my time, to be frank, I didn't spend my time reaching out to brands doing like 10, 20, 15K a month because I didn't care about their business as much. But a company doing like 100, 200, 300, it lit my eyes up because those are the people I really wanted to get in business with, so those are the ones I was calling. But make sure you spend some time out of the week calling brands. On the other side of that, if you have a virtual assistant or when you get one or some staff members, have them call it. You don't gotta be the one calling all the time. When you start, yes, but always get your staff members and train them on what to say on the phone. It will free up a tremendous amount of time. Now, number 4, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I can't stress this enough. You need to have a personalized approach. So in your follow-ups, in your calls, what we like to do to add that extra like spice on it is something called a custom video pitch. What is that? Now, what we do, we always pitch to a brand what their competitors are doing that they're not. So one of the cool things that we recently created was an AI tool that does all this automated. But if you're not using that tool, you're not working with us, here's what you do, right? You go and find out what other competitors in their niche. So like if it's a supplement brand, find out what other supplements are doing, or their sub niche. Like if it's a vitamin D supplement, find out what other vitamin D brands are doing. That is driving more revenue. A lot of the times, what people forget to understand is that not every brand is Amazon focused. So little things like giving them better pictures on Amazon and giving them better keywords so they're easier to find for the consumer will drive a lot of revenue. One of the brands that I always look at and I always reference when I'm teaching this is this brand that does about $1.6 million a month. And it is one of the ugliest, most atrocious things I've ever seen. Their listings have like one picture. Their title has like barely any words in it. They haven't filled up all the space. And what you have to understand, this is so important, right? The more pictures a product has, right? The more a new consumer understands what the product does, the more they trust it. If there's a video there, we all see it on Amazon. If there's a video there, we trust that brand. But on the other side, what you have in your title, what you have in your bullet points, what you have in your description, what that drives is more visibility for a listing in a brand. So I was looking at this listing with some of our students, and it was doing about 160K a month with one photo and like 3 words in the title. I'm like, dude, if we look at their competitors that are doing like almost like 6 mil a month, I'm like, all we gotta do is add some photos here, a video here, put some new words in the title, fill it up with all 250 characters and add some bullet points and boom, we could actually double the revenue from this business in like a week or 2. It was crazy, but this is the reality of the situation. Not every brand knows about that. So when you think about a personalized approach, you add in those calls, you add in these video pictures, and you show them the revenue gap from where they are to where they can be. This is the golden nugget. And that leads us to number 5. Always provide value. Look, you gotta think about it like this, all right? When you're dealing with distributors, all distributors care about is your wallet, your money, your credit card, your Amex, right? When you're dealing with a brand, yes, they need your money, right? They actually need it because they have to spend all this money on marketing and staying in stock, so they do need your money. But here's what brands need that distributors don't. They need your value. The more value you can provide to a brand and really stand out like a partner, not just a random reseller, the more deals you will close. Right now, we close on average 5 new brand direct deals per week. That is over 100 per year. We don't even use all of them. But why we've become so efficient with this is because in every communication we send out, we provide value. You don't just say, hey, I would love to resell your product. It would be so amazing. No, right? We're gonna talk to them like a human. We're gonna be like, dude, this is where you're effing up. This is what you should be doing. I know you're busy. I know you're a business owner. Let me help you out. Let me help you actually drive more revenue so we can both benefit. Now they see us in a whole different light. I'm telling you, this is the biggest level you can do. Provide value. Stand out from the freaking crowd. So that's it. Master these 5 things and you'll have more brand deals that you know what to do with, like we do right now. Now, if you want the exact step-by-step system we use to get approved by brands and negotiate exclusive deals, we got 2 options for you. First, we run free workshops with me and my entire team who've done over $40 million in sales, break down everything in depth and answer every question that you've got. Hit the link below to join one of those. Or if you're ready to move faster and want to work with us hand in hand to scale your business, there's also a link to book a call with our team to see if you're a good fit for our program. Either way, hope you found this super helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I post videos like this every week, showing you the real systems that we're using right now to scale our Amazon business to $20 million a year. This is exactly what I wish I had when I first started out. Peace. I hope this helped and see you in the next one.